In America, as we all know, no one is above the law. Our doctrine of separation of powers and the independence of the judicial system is what sets us apart from lawless countries. And presidents do not get to determine who gets investigated and who and what does not. For the record and for history, this special counsel was appointed to thoroughly investigate the attacks on our electoral system by elements of the Russian government during the lead-up to our 2016 general election. How such an investigation can be the cause of controversy is beyond me. Surely we all recognize that it is essential to understand this new form of foreign aggression so that we might better defend America against such attacks in the future, right? One would think that there would be unanimous national resolve to get to the bottom of such aggression from an enemy foreign power, especially a foreign power with whom we spent much of the second half of the 20th century locked in a global ideological struggle with, especially in their renewed aggression towards us, as they've targeted the institution that we have and they don't, free and fair elections. Vladimir Putin knows that he could not defeat us on the battlefield, and he knows that the ideas at the center of his former empire were soulless and bankrupt. So he wants to rob us of what makes the United States superior to his autocracy. His goal is to turn us against ourselves, and in doing so, to destroy our democracy. This is a matter of grave national importance. This is not a moment for our national leadership to be weak or irresolute or compromised in any way. But some of us in Washington have seemed strangely incurious about just what the Russian malefactors did to America in 2016 at the direction of Vladimir Putin. Our president has been so incurious that at times over the past 2 years, he's been eager to accept Putin's denials at face value. In fact, our executive branch has generally been in such a state of denial about the attacks on our democracy that the White House has not been aggressive at all in defending against future attacks. I defy any of us to name a threat so grave to which the government of the United States that we, all of us, including this Senate, has responded so lackadaisical to. Why is that? With the firing of the Attorney General, and in my view, the improper installation of an acting Attorney General who has not been subject to confirmation by this body, the President now has this investigation in his sights, and we all know it. My purpose here is not to divine the President's motives in his seeming determination to sow doubt about and to curtail Mr. Mueller's investigation. If, as the President says, there was no involvement by anyone in his campaign with the Russian malefactors, then this investigation, properly conducted, will discover and document that. But Mr. Mueller has already brought dozens of indictments against Russian nationals, and it is in the national security interest of the United States to fully understand what they did to us in 2016. If the President doesn't understand this, we must. If he doesn't prioritize that, we will. We, all of us, talk much in this place about the defense of all that we hold dear. Those are the words that we speak. All that we hold dear. What do we actually mean when we say those words? Speaking personally, I can't think of values held more dear than the independence of our judicial system and an electoral system free of malign influence, either foreign or domestic. When I think of the things that we must hold dear, those things are right at the top of the list. It is our sworn oath to keep it that way. One further note on this unanimous consent request that has just failed today. Senator Coons and I are prepared to make it again and again until there is a vote on this vital bipartisan legislation on the Senate floor. And I have informed the Majority Leader that I will not vote to advance any of the 21 judicial nominees pending in the Judiciary Committee or vote to confirm the 32 judges awaiting confirmation on the Senate floor until S. 2644 is brought to the full Senate for a vote.